Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel after my little sort of 6-week hiatus. Just to confirm, the channel is still active. I've just taken a little bit of a break. Now, this is more of an update video just to let you know what's been going on, what the plan is going forward, and what you can kind of expect from this channel in the next sort of 6 to 12 months. Cool? So if you haven't been following me on Twitter over the last kind of month or so, you won't know, but my wife finally gave birth to our beautiful little baby boy on the 16th of July, and he's been more than a handful, to say the least. I don't think anything really quite prepares you for how exhausted you're going to be as a parent. Do you know what I mean? Particularly in those early days when you're kind of being woken up every couple of hours and you're having to juggle being a husband, being a father, being a good employee, and, you know, trying to fit stuff in around that. It's pretty difficult, and that adjustment period has been, it's had its ups and downs, let's put it that way. So as such, I initially decided I'm going to take a couple of weeks off just to recover and adjust to this new lifestyle. But turns out I needed more than a couple of weeks, and instead, here we are 6 weeks later, me still not really in a routine, but in one that's way better than it was sort of 4 or 5 weeks ago. So now that I'm back, my main kind of goal is to make sure that I'm able to upload YouTube content a little more consistently. I think keeping to that once a week schedule might be a little restrictive for things that are going on in my life, particularly if my son's being a little difficult, for example. So for now, I'm going to say that I'm going to upload every Monday as planned. However, there will be times where maybe I miss a week and it's kind of every other week or something like that. I'll certainly keep you up to date on Twitter, so if you're not following me on there, then do that. I'd like to use that a lot more actually, so maybe we could start having a few discussions and things like that. The other sort of aspect that I've been reflecting on over the last few weeks is making sure that I'm making YouTube content that's sort of consistent with the values that I have and what I want to be sort of achieving from a filmmaking point of view. I'd like to be focusing a lot more on topics that I care about, and also covering things that have been, you know, pretty successful with the channel so far, including my coffee content. So as I sort of mentioned before, I think the last sort of big video that I did was the unboxing of the Mignon Specialita, and I will 100% be giving a review into that, particularly now as I've been using it for well over 2 months, so I've got a little more experience with it. So that's definitely coming. Expect that soon. Outside of that, I think I'm going to start doing a few more different kind of product reviews as well. Maybe sort of focusing around other aspects, not just coffee. Perhaps a bit of music, perhaps a bit of tech, perhaps I'll talk about cars or motorbikes or whatever as I encounter them. It'll be reasonably diverse. I'm going to kind of experiment with it a little bit. I think coffee so far has been pretty successful, and thank you guys so much for your support on that content. Honestly, having one of the videos, I think my review of the Angulatta is now well over 7,000 views, and that's nuts. So thanks for that. Keep them coming. I know a lot of subscribers have subbed to this channel after watching that video in particular, so don't worry, I'm not abandoning coffee content. That will definitely be coming back soon. Outside of that, I'm probably going to do some more sort of FAQ style and maybe a few more cinematography pieces. One of the other videos that I really enjoyed making was my typewriter video about writing a letter to Tom Hanks. You know, that was a bit of a challenge for me in terms of filmmaking, in terms of cinematography and planning and shots and things like that. But it was really fulfilling. So I'd like to do some more in that sort of vein. Maybe less on the self-development angle, I'm not sure yet, but again, it's something that I'm going to play around a little bit. If you liked any of my other content on the channel, let me know below what sort of videos you actually enjoy and what you'd like to see more from me of. We're sort of fast approaching that 100 subscriber level now. I think we're at 90, 91, something like that. So once we hit 100, 100% doing an FAQ. So if you have any questions for that, let me know below. That would be great. If not, I don't know. Well, I'll figure out a way of celebrating 100 subs, because to me that's a pretty big milestone, particularly having come from maybe 2 subs. I think I had 2 or 3 subs or something when I uploaded my first video. Either way, you know, the channel's growing. It's really positive. I'm feeling good about it. Let's celebrate together. Let's bring this little community of ours together. At the end of the day, it's kind of all about enjoying this journey together. So I'd love to hear a bit more from you. If you have any questions for me, if you enjoyed any of the content that I've made, if you just want to say hello, drop me a comment below. Let me know how you're doing. Hopefully you guys are okay. Sorry it's been a while. I'll try not to leave it as long next time. Promise. It won't be 6 weeks. It really won't be 6 weeks. Generally, I'm really optimistic about pursuing this passion of filmmaking, about creating content and videos that, you know, you enjoy and that I enjoy making. It's all part of the fun, it's all part of the learning process, and, you know, we can go on this little journey together. It'll be great. But until next time, I will see you in a week or two. Take care of yourselves, and I'll speak to you soon. Ta-ra!